Today I want to bust a myth out there that you have to finish over your shoulder. Here's so many coaches saying, finish over your shoulder. Well, that's just not the case, and we're going to see why. And really quickly, I'd like to thank Love Tennis for providing these type of videos, because we couldn't do these type of analysis without these type of videos. So thank you, Love Tennis. For our first person we're going to look at is Nadal. And Nadal is famous for his Buggy Whip forehand. And you might say, well, in this particular thing, is he in a bad position, or is he trying to hit a special shot? Personally, I think Nadal tends to hit this Buggy Whip forehand when he's trying to hit a little bit more topspin. It's a stylistic thing for him. So you don't see every player doing this. But does this make the follow through wrong? No. I've seen every player out there in certain situations use a Buggy Whip forehand. It's a legit type follow through that you want to use in certain situations. But in Nadal's case, he's using it as a stylistic thing. This is the way he tends to hit the ball. Next, we have Roger Federer, who has a pretty standard type follow through in the sense that it's coming around. Now, where it deviates is it doesn't come over the shoulder. So if you watch him as he's coming through, you really see how his follow through comes out and around and actually slightly below the shoulder. So it's not over the shoulder. So you're thinking, well, should I have my follow through like Federer? Not the case. It really, again, depends on the type of shot you're hitting. He's hitting a pretty standard type shot. Now we look at Djokovic. Again, in kind of the same position, not being forced, not being rushed. Let's see where Djokovic finishes his follow through. And this is the first time we've seen an over-the-shoulder kind of standard follow-through. Does this mean you need to hit every ball like Djokovic? No. You're going to see this consistent pattern where what I'm trying to explain to you is that there's no one single follow-through. It really depends on the type of shot, the situation. One more, we're looking at Robredo, who has a little bit more of a, I don't want to say extreme grip, but it's a little bit more extreme semi-Western, not a full Western. And you can see as he starts coming through the ball and brushing up, where's his follow through? Again, a little bit lower out to the side, not over the shoulder like we saw Djokovic. So one more with Monfils. He has a little bit more of, I think, an Eastern type grip, nothing extreme. And you can see how, as he's coming up, his follow through has a little bit more of a bent wrist, but still comes over a little bit lower. We're seeing a lot of different follow throughs. We're looking at Dimitrov here. I really like this shot because we start moving into the second category of situational shots. He's running around, and what he's trying to do is create a little bit more topspin from the situation he's in, and you're going to see him kind of do the Buggy Whip forehand. Again, is this an incorrect follow through? No, it's not. Based on the situation he's in, that's what's best for the situation. And again, we're watching him again, and I wanted to put this back to back because you can see pretty much he's running around hitting another forehand. Look at the follow through. This follow through is through the ball. He's trying to penetrate the ball compared to the previous follow through where he's brushing up, trying to create more topspin. So you can see this pattern of whatever shot you're going to try to hit is going to dictate the type of follow through. We got Team here. He's being pushed back, which leads us into positioning. And the position is where the ball's hit very deep in the court. You can see how that's probably like maybe a couple inches inside the baseline. And he needs to play a defensive shot, which means he's going to try to get under and brush up. Let's see what he does. He's getting under the ball. He's kind of pressuring him. And he brushes up, taking his body to the other side. And again, you're going to see Team, ball much shorter. He's going to really try to do something with this ball. It's actually a little bit lower, but you see a standard type follow through. So the point is, don't get caught up if your coach is telling you you have to have this single follow through. Yes, if maybe you're hitting the same ball over and over again and you're trying to penetrate the ball, your follow through might look like something like this. But if you're taking a ball or receiving a ball that's pushing you back deep, you might need to use a Buggy Whip. And finally, we're going to end with Nadal. Since we started with Nadal, to prove that he can hit through the ball and use a normal follow through. You can see this where he's really accelerating through the ball, normal follow through, a little bit lowered in the shoulder, but he's really accelerating, putting pressure on the ball. So the key is this: don't fall into the trap of just trying to have one follow through. If you do this, you're going to limit yourself. You can see how the follow throughs are very different depending on the player, the style, the grip, and what type of shot they're hitting. You'll notice that Generally, when someone's in trouble trying to create more topspin, they might use a Buggy Whip or a little bit higher finish. If they're trying to drive through, you'll see the arm extend and finish over somewhere around the shoulder. If they're hitting a little bit more topspin, you might see it kind of cup and come around a little bit lower. Whatever your needs are based on the shot, that's what you should do.